Aloha HES. Wow, you all look great in your Hawaiian shirts and your leis and your bright clothing. Did you know that aloha means hello and goodbye in the Hawaiian language? It also means peace and love. Mahalo, or thank you, for participating in our fundraiser to help the people of Hawaii that are suffering due to the big wildfires that they had. Your kind act will help spread happiness to all of the people in Hawaii as they start to rebuild their homes and communities. Keep up that aloha spirit as you go through your day by being kind and spreading love to everyone in school. Wow, all this talk about Hawaii and kindness sure reminds me of a story I heard when I was visiting Hawaii myself. Let me read to you Honu and Moa, a story about a rooster and a sea turtle, which are two animals that you can see if you visit Hawaii. I hope you enjoy. Honu and Moa, written and illustrated by Edna Kabkabin Moran. Honu, the green sea turtle, took a sip from the spring, which was a fine treat after her long swim. A nearby waterfall tinkled like bells, inspiring Honu to sing a smooth, clear voice. Trickle, trickle, little stream, flowing from my lovely spring. What? No, no! A giant bird burst through a cluster of trees. It was Moa, the rooster. He screeched, "It's not your spring. You can't say that." Honu said, "Well, I just did." Moa puffed his feathers. "This is my spring." He scratched at the ground and let out a squawk, followed by a rant of reasons why he owned the spring. "I have been coming here since I was a little fluffy thing," he said. Honu shook her head. "I still do not think it is your spring." She stared at Moa for a long time without blinking. Moa puffed his chest and said, "Well, Honu, you're just plain wrong. But I don't have all day to argue. We should settle our disagreement." Honu tilted her head. "What exactly did you mean?" "Why don't we compete for this place? Let's return to our homes on the other side of the island," continued Moa. "You go back to the shore, and I will go home to the forest. Then tomorrow morning we'll race back, and whoever gets here first may claim it for himself." Honu sat thinking. Finally, she said, "How do I know you will be fair? Who will watch over our contest?" Moa paced and scratched at the ground. Finally, he said, "Let's ask Sun to awaken us. He is wise and can watch us from the sky." Honu replied, "I will agree on one condition. Whoever wins keeps the spring, not only for herself, but also for her ohana in future generations." Ohana means family. Moa took a deep breath and thought, "What will be a much better prize for me?" "Agreed," said Moa. Later that day, Honu and Moa asked Sun to judge their race. Sun shone down on them and agreed with a nod. Moa and Honu journeyed back to their homes and settled down for the night. And there's Sun's face right there, smiling, watching. The next morning, Sun brought forth the early light of dawn, waking Honu. Hanu slipped into the mouth of a cold, bubbling stream. Its waters flowed in the opposite direction of her travels. Hanu swam with all of her might, pushing her legs against the current. She rested on mossy boulders along the way, but most of all, she swam. Moa was also awakened by the sun. Cackling at the thought of Hanu losing the contest, Moa thought, "Why should I bother leaving early? Hanu is slow." And Moa went back to sleep. Once again, he was awakened, but this time by sprinkles of rain. Squawking frantically, Moa took flight, darting through a thicket of trees. "Make way for me! Make way!" he screeched. Moa neared the spring. He thought, "I'm almost there. I'm surely ahead of Hanu, so why rush?" Moa flew up to the tallest tree branches and watched the sun beam as the sun beamed a rainbow through the clouds. Moa teased Sun, saying, "That's nice, but I've seen better." The sun shone a magnificent double rainbow against the clouds. "Think you're fancy? Squawk! Look at me!" Moa flew above the trees and displayed a brilliant cape of feathers. He put on a fantastic show, changing the colors of his cape in any way he pleased. Moa squawked with pride long after Sun's double rainbow faded. Then Moa remembered he had a contest to win. Hastily, he flew down and landed on a branch above the spring. From there, he heard a light, playful song. "Trickle, trickle, little stream, flowing from my lovely spring. 'Tis an honor and a dream to win a most important thing." There was Hanu in the middle of the spring. Sun shone down on Hanu, who waved in greeting. Moa scratched at the tree branch and muttered, "Ho my kai! Congratulations!" "Mahalo," said Hona. "I am the winner, but I am also fair. Your Ohana may use the spring." "But not you," added Honu. "Huh? Why can't I?" asked Moa. "You lost," said Hanu. Moa was squawkless. Hanu chuckled and said, "Moa, you can visit the spring as well. I was only kidding. No one can claim the spring for herself, for it belongs to everyone." "Says who?" asked Moa. "Says the one who is bright and wise and knows how to keep a foolish bird busy." Hanu gazed up, winked at the sun, and dove into the sparkling water. So it looks like the sun and Hanu the turtle were working together to make sure that everybody could use the spring. This story shows how working together and sharing is a good thing and brings happiness for everybody. I hope you enjoyed the story. And if you ever get a chance and you go to Hawaii, make sure you keep an eye out for Hanu the sea turtles and Moa the chickens, because they are all over the place. Have a good rest of the day. Aloha.